Hey and welcome, I'm Hammeh. Here's a preview of Brigitte's voicelines and interactions. Now, when a new hero is released in Overwatch, it sometimes takes a little time to get all their lines into the game, but some of Brigitte's are in. Now, I will come back and do a complete compilation of all interactions and responses when they are in game too. In the meantime, let's have a listen to Brigitte's cool lines that give a lot of insight into her character and personality, as well as how she'll interact with the rest of the Overwatch cast. Firstly, Brigitte's personality. Now, her voice actor Matilda Smedius has done a great job of bringing her enthusiasm, slight naivety, but eagerness to learn, and a lot of different facets to her character in her voice lines. Brigitte's definitely aware she's new to what she's trying to do in terms of fighting in an Orisa type way. I really see a lot of parallels. She's eager to learn, but knows she'll make mistakes.
One at a time, that's what the old man says. Feels like I'm forgetting something. I will prove myself.
And she knows she'll have to put in work to achieve it. She definitely got that from her father, Torbjorn's "hard work pays off" motto.
Practice makes perfect. Not to mention some bumps and bruises. No shortcuts, just hard work.
When things go wrong, Brigitte is humble about it. She accepts a learning process and that she'll make a few mistakes.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Back to the drawing board.
But when things go well, she gets very confident, cocky and brave.
I've been working on that. Dare to Lindholm. Rally to me! Who's ready to take some punishment? Maybe you should just stay out of my way. Was that supposed to scare me? Yeah! Score 1 for us. You're making this easy for me.
And she has some really cool environmental kill lines.
Beginner's luck. I meant to do that.
Brigitte's enthusiasm and happiness always shines through, even when she's saying some slightly more serious things.
Mace to the face. That is not okay. I see you over there. Aw, thanks everyone.
Okay, time for learning a bit of Swedish with Brigitte. Now, I've got a selection of her lines here, some of the most common ones that you'll come across. If there are any others that you Swedish think I should put in future, or you really like, do let me know in the comments below.
Tack.
That is, thank you.
Bättre så.
That means, is that better?
Jag tar hand om dig.
Like Mercy, that's I'm taking care of you.
Så gott som ni.
That's as good as new.
Jag täcker dig.
That's take some protection, kind of like the armour.
Följ mig.
That's follow me.
Kom igen allihopa.
That's shields up.
Fan.
I love this one, it's kind of like damn. Okay, time for the Brigitte reference game. Brigitte has some fun references, so I'll leave a few seconds after each so you can have a guess and try and work them out. The first one might be a bit tough because it's in Swedish, but when I give the English translation it'll probably make a bit more sense. And that English translation is working as intended.
Funkar som den ska.
Working as intended has kind of been a game dev phrase for quite a while, but certainly used as a joke in terms of Blizzard, World of Warcraft and other MMOs and games for a long time. Basically, when a bug slips in some place that the community is finding a bit disruptive, they may mock the game company while it's being sorted out by saying, oh yeah, that's working as intended.
Precision Swedish engineering.
A little easier that one, precision German engineering, of course, Reinhardt's line, and that in turn is from the Volkswagen marketing term German engineering, the kind of precision German engineering phrase that was in some of their adverts for a while. Clearly the Lindholms prefer their more military grade of Swedish engineering to that of Reinhardt's.
Den är paj.
Now this is a kind of Swedish pun. The literal meaning of this is it is pie, but in Swedish as an analogy apparently it kind of means it is broken. Brigitte as an engineer certainly will fix her share of broken things, and also she's quite a fan of pie and sweet treats, perhaps her mother Ingrid's apple pie that Mercy also likes that we've seen in several of her sprays, so it works nicely both ways.
Scandinavian style? No, it has to be Lindholm style.
Now this one, if you use Scandinavian design as well, a lot of people will probably get a lot quicker. It is the design movement of simplicity, minimalism and functionality that kind of emerged in the early 20th century, and although it's not the only example of it by a long shot, if I say IKEA then you'll immediately get an image spring to mind, so that fits kind of nicely with the Lindholms as well. Okay, time for Brigitte's interactions with the cast of Overwatch. Now these are half interactions, I'll say that now. As of March 2018 when I'm making this video, the pairs are not in yet, perhaps they're waiting to be recorded with the voice actors. This often happens with new heroes. I will come back and pair these up in a compiled video when they're all in the game. So here we go first with Brigitte and Reinhardt. Now Brigitte of course is Reinhardt's squire, she is learning to fight from him and she has been looking after him for quite some time. So in these interactions we can hear Brigitte talking a little bit about learning from Reinhardt and also looking out for him as well.
I've stitched you up so many times, it's a wonder you can still fight. Sure you don't want to sit this one out, Reinhardt? Reinhardt, what should I focus on today? Patching you up, Reinhardt.
I can imagine Reinhardt giving Brigitte some great advice on what to train and focus on in terms of her fighting technique, being incredulous and saying that he'll never sit out of a fight, and sort of wave away her sort of suggestion that he's been stitched up by her quite a few times perhaps. What do you reckon? Okay, on to Brigitte and Mercy. Now, the two have probably crossed paths, with Mercy being a family friend of the Lindholms for quite some time, confirmed, of course, in the recent Brigitte Lore question and answer blog. Now, at the moment, I can only find these resurrection reactions. One is Brigitte being rezzed by Mercy, the other is probably Brigitte rizzing Mercy or Angela in Uprising. Now, of course, Brigitte has all the usual Uprising lines, of course. I won't show them here because they're the usual, like, OR14 incoming, and so forth.
Thanks, Angela. My turn to take care of you, Angela.
Now, interestingly, we also have a line with Brigitte and Symmetra. Now, Symmetra, of course, wielding the hard light technology of the Vishkar Corporation as an architect, has some interesting engineering going on that Brigitte is actually a big fan of, and I am very interested to hear what Symmetra would say in reply. She does see, of course, Torbjorn's tech as being a little primitive, as we've heard in the interactions between Torbjorn and Symmetra. How do you think the two would chat together?
Symmetra, I'm really impressed by your work. It almost seems like magic.
We have a few for Torbjorn as well. Now, these are mainly reactions, things like the turret dying, where I think Brigitte sounds a little jealous, and that's not surprising when you remember that Torbjorn highlight intro.
Enemy turret ahead! One of Papa's beloved creations. Sorry, Papa. Back to the scrap heap.
But she's sorry when she kills him, and also has a nice line for fixing him up. I think that's Uprising, this second one as well.
Sorry, Papa. I've got you, Papa.
Okay, to round us out, here are a few mystery ones. Now, this one is definitely a reaction. Brigitte responds to someone in this one. I wonder who she's talking to. Torb, maybe, who's trying to fix something?
No point in fixing it now. You'll probably just mess it up again.
And this is a response to someone as well. Probably, I'm guessing, to someone asking her a question about why are you getting involved in the fight? Maybe from Mercy?
I felt like I had to do more.
As for this one, I think it's someone asking her maybe why she's going around with Reinhardt.
Someone has to be the voice of reason.
Now, these final ones are a little bit random. By the Reinhardt one, I think they're kill interactions or something like that, so do have a think as to who these could be for. I think the you need to clean up your act is a Talon one.
I knew you'd come around. You've been practicing. I learned from the best. I wouldn't call this fast. Got you this time, Reinhardt.
Okay, finally, Brigitte and Map Interactions. Now, she's probably travelled Germany a fair amount with Reinhardt. We don't know about her international travel, but Brigitte doesn't have any interactions with maps, bar Horizon Lunar Colony yet. Of course, every hero has a moon telescope line when you look through the attacking spawn telescope on that level. So here's hers.
It really makes you think.
And I'll leave you with a couple of general ones that play when she starts levels and maps in general. I really love the last one. Don't we all need a little bit more time to get ready before going out? I can definitely empathise with that.
Last minute check. Everyone squared away? I could have used a little more time to get ready.
Now, I've done these in full for pretty much all of Overwatch's heroes. Check the playlist linked here on the right for more videos like this, including the lore of all heroes in Overwatch. If you like this video, please hit that like button below, subscribe for more Overwatch lore, voice lines and news, and comment with what lines you enjoy most, how you're finding Brigitte so far, and what you think of her character through this awesome voice work. I really appreciate hearing what you all think. Cheers for stopping by. I've been Hammeh. Take it easy.